Eros and Thanatos. 4 signs that there is an urge for self-destruction living inside you. Have you noticed that there is a strange, frightening peculiarity in human nature? As soon as we build an ideal life, get a business properly running, build up capital, or find someone who truly loves us, how does a dull, sluggish urge to ruin absolutely everything awaken deep inside? Do we suddenly pick fights for no reason at all, throw ourselves headlong into adrenaline-fueled risks, or begin steadily and methodically destroying our health and work with alcohol? People around us often put it down to sheer stupidity, but shortly before his death, Freud uncovered within our psyche a hidden destructive drive living alongside the life instinct, Eros. Within each and every one of us, a death instinct operates around the clock, yearning to bring your mind back to absolute zero and the stillness of non-existence. The subconscious can't kill you outright, so it works more cunningly, steadily nudging you into carrying out a slow mental and physical suicide, day after day. Today, we're going to carefully dissect 4 hidden signs that this inner Terminator is actively destroying your destiny right now, and how you can finally take real control of your life back from it. Sign 1. Everyday masochism and choosing destructive partners. The first sign is your intense, deeply subconscious pull towards people who are practically guaranteed to hurt you. Pay close attention to the recurring pattern in your relationships. If calm, reliable, loving, and predictable people genuinely make you feel sick, and you find yourself attracted almost exclusively to cold narcissists, emotional roller coasters, psychopaths, and even outright abusers. This is a very direct trigger of the death instinct. Your subconscious mind almost suffocates when trapped within the stability and safety of Eros. Thanatos inside your head urgently requires suffering, drama, humiliation, and tears, because through this particular kind of mental pain, it steadily drains away your life energy. You willingly remain in destructive relationships and tolerate abuse, not because you love quite so deeply, but because your unconscious mind is actively striving for the complete destruction of your ego. You actively choose executioners for your personality in order to satisfy Thanatos' clearly exposed need for self-elimination. Sign 2. Chronic workaholism and the gradual destruction of your body. The second sign is the slow, systematic destruction of your own body. Under the reassuring slogan of, "I'm simply building a career and earning money," you end up sleeping for just 4 hours a day. Disregarding the all-too-obvious warning signs of illness, you drown yourself in liters of coffee, never take a proper holiday for years on end, and keep slogging away until total burnout, neuroses, and even fainting fits. Society respects you and calls you a highly driven, truly ambitious leader. But Freud saw in this the most perverse and still socially approved form of latent self-destruction. The death instinct is carefully and deliberately concealed behind social success. The subconscious compels you to burn through your biological resources, to steadily damage your nervous system, and to drive your flesh into a state of total exhaustion. Your pathological unwillingness to stop, to switch off your phone, and to allow yourself to properly rest. This is not genuinely high productivity, it is the hidden sadistic aggression of your superego, aimed at destroying your own body. You are gradually destroying yourself at work, while still receiving approving pats on the shoulder from management for doing so. Sign 3. A craving for adrenaline-fueled, risk and destructive habits is the third clear warning sign. It is in effect a regular game of Russian roulette with your own life. This includes not only high-speed sports without proper safety measures, driving a car at an absolutely crazy speed through the city at night, or deliberately provocative behavior in genuinely dangerous places. Freud counted any forms of systemic self-poisoning among the manifestations of Thanatos: alcoholism, drug addiction, smoking, and compulsive overeating. You know perfectly well, at the level of logic and conscious awareness, that a cigarette steadily destroys the lungs, alcohol seriously damages the brain, and speed ultimately leads to catastrophe. Yet you still continue. Why? Because at a very deep level, your subconscious mind longs to return to a pre-psychic, embryonic state, a condition of absolute non-existence, silence, and peace, where there are no problems, no responsibility, no adult life, and no pain. Each single dose of poison that you put into yourself is a tiny microdose of death that Thanatos demands from your consciousness, in order to briefly and temporarily silence the horror of reality. Sign 4. Psychological self-burial and total isolation. Sign 4. This is a voluntary, gradual refusal from any outward manifestations of genuinely living life, emotions, and joy. You catch yourself thinking that, for years now, you've been wearing the very same grey, rather dull clothes, not really making any new acquaintances, gradually giving up hobbies, travel, sus, and your ambitions. Your life has gradually narrowed down to an almost automatic homework-home routine, and you spend virtually all of your free time simply staring blankly at the screen of the television or your phone. You call it, "I'm just comfortable on my own, I'm an introvert," or "I'm tired of people." But in rigorous psychoanalysis, this condition is described as a kind of mental death within a living body. Thanatos has definitively overcome the instinct for life. Your psyche strives to minimize virtually all external stimuli to reach an absolute zero of emotions to a state like stone. You are effectively burying yourself alive within those four walls, renouncing risk, love, creativity, and growth, because virtually any genuine activity requires an expenditure of Eros's creative energy. You have opted for the safe, sheltered existence of a houseplant, gradually turning your life into a prolonged, dreary, waiting period for the eventual physical end. In conclusion, I want to emphasize this. The death instinct is not some external curse or bewitchment. It is a functional, shadowy part of our own nature. However, so long as you continue to refuse to acknowledge the presence of Thanatos within your own mind, he will quietly guide your hand, gradually steering you towards accidents, toxic relationships, incurable illnesses, and profound depression. And you will be doomed to raise your hands in defeat and complain about sheer bad luck. The only way to halt this relentless conveyor belt of self-destruction is to consciously strengthen Eros. Begin choosing life with real firmness, pushing out of it the people who drain your blood. Give your body proper sleep and genuine rest. Refuse to deliberately poison your body on a systematic basis. And reclaim your right to truly powerful, deeply creative emotions. Do not let Thanatos bury you long before your time. Take firm control of the world and of yourself. Thank you for watching until the end. Speak soon.